only got a third of your army. The natural, it's really, really tough. But Todd managing to pull it off there. He gets game number 1 against Duggi. Let's hop into game number 2 on Acheron Wastes. Spawning in the top left position is the blue, a Protoss player representing XMG. Doing incredibly well currently in the WCS Premier League. This man is on a mission. He is in boss mode. He's 1-0 up. Can he take the sweep? 2-0. It is ToD. And his opponent, the red Terran player in the bottom right corner of the map. Previously unknown. Doing a very good job in game number 1 until that last point of engagement. Those storms were so unbelievably good. He GG'd straight up. He knew exactly what they meant. Very well played by his opponent. Can he dodge these storms or make some sort of timing attack here in game number 2? It is Duggi.
He's going to have nightmares about those storms.
Dude, I'm going to have nightmares about those storms, and I'm not even playing. That was unbelievable. So good.
That storm was so brilliant that it's going to be like all the Protoss players when they had nightmares about 1-1-1.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Like, what 1-1-1 was definitely the stuff of nightmares for a very long time in Wings of Liberty until people figure out how to defend against it. And, yeah, that's the kind of game where it's also quite frustrating as a Terran player, it has to be said. Because even if you play unbelievably well for 15.5 minutes, for the next 10 seconds, if you don't do everything perfectly, that 15.5 minutes is completely useless. And that's kind of what we saw in one of those moments there from Duggi.
You play Protoss, right, don't you?
I play Terran.
Oh, really? Never would have guessed that.
True story.
Anyway. This is nice early scout coming out here from Duggi. He went for a very normal opening. ToD going for a very similar opening to the first game as well. Neither player wanting to be too risky, too dangerous. ToD, I think, is really a person... It comes back to the same point that if you're a good player, WCS Premier Division player, play solid, play normal, get yourself into the patterns that you want to be practicing for the later stages of the tournament.
That's very true as well.
And that's what ToD did game 1. And hopefully he's going to do it game 2.
Well, we'll certainly see. I mean, so far he doesn't show any signs of anything different just yet. He's going for the Gateway expand. He's getting the Mothership Corp. He has started his natural expansion, so that Nexus is going to be going down. In the meantime, we have got the command center going down on the low ground as well. Only slightly faster than that Nexus, though. We have another barracks going off right next to this double gas that Duggi's currently taking. So things not looking too out of the ordinary so far from both players.
And that's...
Until
you get that proxy
Stargate. Until you
Stargate.
get Oracles.
Oracles, proxy Stargate. It is Acheron Wastes after all. There's a lot of dead space there. And ToD is just like, yep. I'm going to check an
Very
Oracle
dead.
anyways.
Look at that. See? An Oracle did that in 2.5 seconds, guys.
2.5? I heard it was just a second.
No.
Oh, was that before they...
That's this.
Oh, okay.
The Oracle did that in a second. It took an entire 2.5 seconds to do that.
Oh,
and then he came over here and absolutely destroyed this. Or that is the storyline that ToD is going to want us to believe in just a moment. Because the Stargate has indeed come down. You have the proxy Stargate here on Acheron Waste. Let's see how Duggi ends up reacting. Another Gateway and a Forge going down behind the mineral line as well. So continuing to focus on other stuff. While doing this, of course, in the meantime, the Tech Lab has come down on the barracks, immediately starting that stim, getting a reactor down as well, which is cool because he doesn't have that third barracks at the moment, so a little bit of extra marine production going into the mid-game won't do Duggi any harm here.
No, it won't. It means that actually he's going to have a nice time defending against the Oracle 2, which is just now started. Oracles. Do you remember back when Oracles were first implemented into the Heart of the Swarm beta? Do you remember every game? Every Protoss player made Oracles, and they won everything because nobody knew how to deal with them.
I remember White-Ra.
White-Ra.
when you tell me about Oracles, all I can think of is White-Ra going, nope, I can't go yet. I need 6. Oh, okay then. And then just walking in, and then you realize, oh, I still have all my energy left because my Oracles killed the mineral line in 0.7 of a second. What do I do now? Funny times.
They're all good, and then everyone realized you should run them like SCVs away and you're fine.
Whoa!
Oh, watch out! Good reactions.
Very good reaction there from ToD, and
hello. Less good reactions. Less good reactions.
Yeah.
Good reactions from Duggi.
Very good reactions from Duggi. And this Oracle isn't going to get a single SCV kill. Very annoyed I bet at the moment is Todd. 16 health from that Oracle, and there's Oracle number 2 coming out right now. But is there a welcome party? There's no welcome party, but there is a turret going up.
That's not as bad as those Marines. That could have gone a lot worse for Todd. If he hadn't reacted quite as quickly, he would have had a dead
Turret's
Oracle.
going to go up.
It is going to go up.
Yep. And yeah, the Oracle's just stood there now. But we have the one on low health coming in towards the natural. And the missile turret getting
the main base.
Shot off.
The main base as well. Todd should be able to get an angle out of range of that missile turret. He will stop gas mining. Duggi pulling back, just 2 Marines. But look at that in the center of the map. Little box of red.
Little box of joy. And by joy we mean things with bullets. As Todd sees that actually with his forward pylon. Placed in, by the way, the most obvious proxy location known to man. Every Protoss puts pylons here. And at least in PVZs, I see Zerglings put here all the time because they know that the proxy pylons are going up. But in this case, it looks like Duggi's a little bit oblivious to it at the moment because Todd saw this coming from a mile away.
Well, that didn't do as much as Duggi would have wanted. That's fair to say, but the Oracle is coming back in, trying to go into the main base again for Todd. He gets a couple more kills. That Oracle already getting...
This
5.
refinery, man, it's totally dead. He's showing this refinery who's boss. Look at that.
It's like intense concentration.
To be fair, he's got 4 kills on that Oracle, and this one's going to be coming back in as well. It has 2 kills, and even though Todd hasn't done the damage he wants to do with these Oracles, he's keeping them alive, and that's really, really important. As the Oracle flies over the Marine and is about to kill it, and then he realizes he doesn't actually have any energy left. So, oopsie daisy. But once again, keeping both Oracles alive, very, very important here for Todd. And this army from Duggi is looking a lot scarier now because there are 2 medevacs in the mix.
And this actually is a scary army now, because phone overcharge is going to be triggered. Todd doesn't want to take any risk with this, but big stim goes down. Those 2 medevacs are going to heal everything back up now, buying Todd some more time. He's sending the Oracle into the natural base once more. Actually, no, he's going straight up into the main. Or to the natural. Or to the main.
Or to the natural. We'll find it soon, and there we go. The proxy pylon does go down. Duggi continuing, to put a lot of pressure on Todd right now. And Todd doesn't actually have any vision over here, so this triple drop could potentially do a lot of damage. I think he's going to go straight into the main here. The factory being distracted, really should pull that south to try and pull the army a maximum distance away. And here we go.
All of this, this is a big drop. This is going to be really difficult to deal with in those positions as well. That infantry can get in such a tight choke position. Scan going down. Just making sure that he's got a good view of anything that could be coming, getting out the way, getting the Zealots into such a tight choke position. Really nice control actually there by Duggi. Picking up a couple of the Marines, going to try and get them hightailing out of there.
That was actually quite good, I think, for Duggi.
Yeah.
He traded quite efficiently there. He might not have done in a couple of earlier engagements. And look, I'm just going to casually walk past you. I'm not a changeling, mate. That is not going to work.
That poor Marine. He just wanted to join up with his buddies.
Oh, wow. One of them actually got all the way up here. I'm quite impressed. But it's not going to matter in the long run now. The remaining Marines have been dropped at the 3rd base location. Mothership Corps hasn't seen them. Still hasn't seen them. This is 1 Marine for a split second. Did Todd see that?
You'd have to have like lightning reactions to see that.
You would. And 1 medevac's actually going back home. So this is going to be a single medevac drop as well.
Well, we'll wait to see what's going to be coming down. But for the moment, we've got these Marines chipping away at the rocks. 3rd base is going to be coming down. Ooh, nice little feedback.
And, yep, that's not going to help him anytime soon. Really cute to leave a single Marine. Oh, well, 2 Marines, okay. So his mate's there. Just to check for the timing on that 3rd base. I really like that coming out of Duggi. And Todd, at the moment, he looks like he's stabilizing a bit, which I think is good for him. He's getting Sonic Storm finished. He's well aware of these drops now. He's going to be able to defend against them as well. I'm still not sure how I like this building placement, because if he's not careful with it, imagine a game with a drop timing before a storm, where you just get your infantry in here or something. It's going to be so annoying to deal with, I think.
And it could still happen even with storm down. It's the sort of thing which the High Templar move out. It could be a little bit problematic. Oracle. This Oracle is so lucky.
Dude, this guy is like, and he even stims, so leap of faith into the Oracle, maybe? Watch out, dude, the Oracle kills stuff, we know.
I really wish you could like have a Marine Rambo off the side of a cliff. Just like get 2 shots off.
Like in StarCrafts.
Yeah, that'd be epic.
Things can run off cliffs now, you have to be careful where you click, guys. It will happen. People will lose games just sending their army across the cliff. It'll be like Lemmings, but multiplayer.
This needs to be an arcade game. It really does.
I'd spend so much money on that game.
Like the floors, every like some kind of strange the floors lava. You can have that as a mod for it.
Ooh, that's a really clever use of the Oracle there. We do have the Revelation now being used. And he's actually got the revelation on a lot of those medevacs as well, which I think is really important, because it means those medevacs, if they can't really be used for drops in the next couple of minutes, because Todd will know what's coming long before it ever hits him. So that's really, really cool. Now, he doesn't actually have revelation on that one in particular, but it looks like Todd really does want to come in here. Another storm would be excellent right now on these Marines, and Duggi is being pushed back. Is there a third storm? There is, and it's going down at the ramp. Todd is looking to push forward. A fourth storm seals his position here in the sense that Duggi either has to engage or pull back. And this is so difficult. Dude,
hallucinated Archons.
I love the hallucinated Archons. So smart from Todd.
And just 2. Not like a whole bunch where it's going to be like, oh, there's definitely hallucinated Archons there. Just 2. Enough to make you think that's viable. There's a viable number of Archons there, which are very scary.
So that means 3 Archons aren't viable. He's got it worked out to a T.
Yep, exactly.
But that third base gets completely and utterly annihilated there, guys. Pretty much nothing remaining here. And a Duggi forced back by those storms. Revelation, again, on these units, including on the go. So we can't say Todd didn't see that coming as he moved up to try and snipe it off there. And here we go. He's got Revelation on the Ghost, feedback, and very, very nice. Todd, he might even be considering moving up here. I wonder if he will. It looks like another Archon being morphed in as well. How many Ghosts are there, and is there an EMP? There is no EMP available with this army, Metals.
That is a big problem, and of course the Archons can come up, they can go in, the charge shot's going, but such a good attack arc there. What will be really good is Todd sends army in the main, up from the natural entrance.
What a storm. That was beautiful. Is it going to be enough, though? This army is actually quite spread out. The number of red dots is slightly exaggerated because of these STVs that are kind of on hold position in the back here. Good force fields from Todd, trying to funnel the army, and it looks like he will be able to get out of it if he chooses to run immediately. He keeps hesitating, though.
Yeah, he was deciding, can I get these units that are chasing me? Can I perhaps take it out? Maybe. He is going to go around and take it out, but at what cost, JoRoSaR?
But at what cost? I don't know, Maddles. This is looking pretty tight at the moment. 111 supply to 107 right now. Todd is going for ground weapons level 2, so quite late on those upgrades in this game because there's been a lot of aggression. We've got the robotics facility, I believe a second one, yes there it is, and the robotics bay going down simultaneously for our Protoss player. Now, we also have a token gateway because warp gates, well this is like the hipster gateway right here. Sort of in the corner there, just being a gateway before you ever could, which doesn't make sense because you can be you have to be a gateway before you become a warp gate.
Yep. Or maybe it's just like, I don't know,
it's like
Grandpa Gateway.
Grandpa Gateway. Doesn't deal with technology as well as the youngsters. Amusingly, this proxy Stargate is still here, and Duggi never actually really searched for it, but it's becoming less and less relevant as the game goes on. More ghosts now being produced, and this is going to be a big attack against the third base of Todd.
Well, we're going to get it coming in now, and this is where things could get awfully tough for Todd, because his army, well...
Wow, SCVs against High Templars, now I've seen everything.
Todd's army's just sitting in the natural base.
It is.
I don't quite know why he didn't move down sooner.
Oh, and Duggi's been so good with the sky. He's also... What? Okay. He's also dropping SCVs from his medevacs right now. So, he means business, guys. Duggi is going to go all in with this. I love that he boosted a single medevac forward, trying to discover where those High Templars are. And great force fields from Todd.
EMP is hitting everything.
And Storm, mainly hitting the force field actually, he needed to drop it about there to really do maximum damage to this army. So if you take a look, most things are still relatively green, and it looks like Duggi is going to go in hard right now against this third base location. Todd, is he going to come out with the army? At the moment he is not, but here we go. He's going to go for the pincer movement. A decent number of the SCVs have been pulled down at the moment. Zealot's coming in from the left. The main army is still not engaging, so the bulk of this bio is still here. One preemptive storm going down, actually getting some of the Marauders and the Ghosts, but not killing off too much. And it looks like Todd has to retreat. That means that this base is about to go down. All the probes attempting to escape do not get the chance to do so. The Nexus is going to go down as well. And score one for Duggi.
And Duggi is continuing on with his pressure. He's sending more units rallied across the map. He is going for the jugular. He knows that he pulled a lot of SCVs to make this push work. But Todd, he's got 2 Colossi out. That's quite a bit of splash damage on its own, and there are no Vikings there for Duggi. But Todd, I don't actually believe... No, he doesn't have extended thermal lance for those Colossus.
Oh, and that could prove to be vital. Oh, excellent EMPs on the Archons as well. He really needs that splash damage right now, and like you say, Maddles, that extended thermal lance is going to provide so good. Nice pickup there of the Marines as soon as the storm went down. So the medevac took damage, but the bio didn't, and then immediately dropping them when that storm finished. Really cool micro there from Duggi. He's down in supply, though. He's 100 supply versus Todd's 118. And we have got a Dark Templar now moving in towards the main and the natural. And note that approximately all the SCVs are being taken out, even though there's a missile turret there. So finally getting taken out there inside the main. But look at this.
This is good.
I mean, a lot of those 66 SCVs were, don't get me wrong. Duggi currently has 22 workers, though. He needs to basically win now.
He has to. And remember, the TOD does have a third. Still up. Even though he lost that base bomb left, he's got this one, which did just get scouted by the scan. The Colossi count constantly getting higher. Everything TOD would want is slowly coming into vision.
Except extended thermal lens.
TOD doesn't want that. If TOD wanted it, he'd have it.
Okay, yeah, Todd very deliberately doesn't want it.
Clearly.
It's not a mistake. It can't be a mistake.
Not from Todd.
No, because if we call it a mistake, he'll beat us up. It's definitely not a mistake.
Definitely not. Todd's a giant, remember.
Oh, and this is very EMP-able. Very EMP-able. Sorry, I was clicking the box a little bit too enthusiastically there. And one Dark Templar being so annoying right now. Good use of EMP to kill him off. And decent storm to start off with. Oh, and a good feedback to follow up the Ghost. The usage of the Ghost hasn't been that effective really in the last couple of minutes for Duggi, and he needs to pick apart this third base ASAP. He's only on these two bases, he hasn't expanded to a third, he's having to lift his main to go somewhere else right now, but he doesn't even have the SCVs to support it, frankly, and we could be here a while.
The Marines are going to go and help.
Good tag team, guys. I highly recommend that substitution.
That was definitely good. Like,
you know, you ever watch, like, wrestling, like WWE? Or WWF.
I have on occasion.
Old school. Alright, where they're playing a tag team battle, and one guy is like
unbelievably
beat up. Oh, never mind.
Zealots are coming in along with the DT2.
No, that's gonna be cleaned up.
That should get cleaned up.
There we go. And you know, one guy in a tag team is like so unbelievably dead. He's crawling on the canvas, very slowly getting to the corner. And then he hits tag on the other guy, and he jumps into the ring and beats the other guy up. That's basically what the SCV and the two Zealots look like here.
I want to reenact that with Todd, to be honest.
I would reenact that with Todd.
We would both be the guy crawling half dead on the floor, though. That just would be the way it was.
But Todd wouldn't be our teammate then. He'd have beaten us up, which is why we were crawling half dead on the floor.
Okay.
It wouldn't work.
I don't think either of us want to be either of the people in that tick team. Because we'd jump over and Todd would just win.
We'll see. I don't know, man. We need some carbon fiber weapons. That's what we need. Oh, good EMP on all of those Zealots actually preventing Todd. If Todd was thinking about going up the ramp there, he definitely won't anymore. A little bit of a stim out from this small group of units. I'm not really sure what they are up to. A little bit drug happy because they do not want to be taking on that Protoss army right now. Todd currently at 163 supply versus the 103 from Duggi, where his income is the primary problem. Only now just started mining from this third base. He needs to defend this. He has no choice. He cannot run away because if this orbital dies, that is effectively the game over from him. He cannot. And well, I guess if storms stacked, then everything just died, but unfortunately they don't.
Which is a shame.
That was like three storms on top of each other. A little bit wasteful there, actually.
If only there was an observer. If only.
Yeah, that would be kind of useful.
That would be really great right now,
But Duggi needs to defend this base so much, Battles. This is really his lifeblood right now. And if you take a look, Todd is still mining significantly more minerals and gas than his opponent right now. And this is basically the only thing keeping Duggi in the game here. Todd is very slowly starving him out because he's done a good job of taking more bases. And yes, Duggi's denied this one once. I think that was great if he could follow it up by killing that, but he didn't, and Todd has regained his momentum. So Duggi right now...
Oh, so smart, DT.
Oh, man.
I was just going to say DT or an Oracle if the Stargate was still up would have been just brilliant, but still. Either's good. Couple of SCVs going down, missile turret going down, lost mining time. All bad.
Yeah, this is looking very, very dicey now as well. And here come those... stunted growth colossi over here, moving towards a third base location. A little bit short-sighted in their strategy, but that's mainly because they only want to kill things up close and personal because they're just that badass, Metals.
They are. I actually reckon Todd learned this off of Crank. Crank often doesn't get extended thermal lance down. They were together at an event we were at, so maybe that's where it came down.
It's entirely possible, and the Crank strategy currently doing very well because he doubled the supply of his opponent, 195 to 101, thinking about going up the ramp and going, you know what, I'm going to kill you with my Crank Loci here. And he's doing a fairly good job of it at the moment. Duggi trying to escape via the third base location, but the problem is Duggi, I'm not sure he can afford to go into that kind of situation right now. A single High Templar killing off a whole bunch of Marines there at the third base location. And Todd, I kind of want to see Todd force the engagement, but at the same time it's important to realize that he doesn't have to force the engagement.
He doesn't. He's just containing Duggi, preventing him getting a decent income as we just saw. Todd is so far ahead, and there we go.
Whoa.
Storm's going down. He's over 100 supply ahead now. Another storm hitting. Todd can punch through right now, and that is
Oh,
exactly
good
what he's
God.
going to do. The might of lasers and lightning.
Lasers and lightning, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the name of this game. How many Colossi do you actually need to compensate for no extended thermal lance? The answer is 8, apparently, with a 9th one on the way. So you heard it here first, guys. The missile turret trying to do a little bit of tickle damage to one of the Colossi will succeed in tickling it, but only for a short while, as the rest of Duggi's base goes. He's actually at 0 supply. GG.
With a good luck, too. Really good manner.
With a good luck, yeah. I definitely like that from him.
Game paused. Game.
Very peculiar.
Oh dear, oh dear. Troll Duggi is troll.
Throw it